And we're going to do that by coming to our lying down position. Just taking your time. As you come to lie down. It doesn't matter if those knees are bent up or the feet are flat out on the mat. Hands either resting by the sides or resting on the tummy. And just being sure that that chin is slightly tucked in, so the back of the neck is long. And as you're here, just tuning into your breath. Just feeling that chest and tummy rise gently. And then contract again with each exhale. Just repeating this rhythm. And just feeling the body pressing into the mat as it gently eases off. And just enjoying the quiet and stillness here. Just allowing the mind to empty. Any thoughts just floating away. Just feeling the body becoming calmer and stiller. And then here, we're just going to take 3 nice big deep breaths. So in your time, on a big inhale, as we fill the lungs, the ribs and the tummy, holding just for a second. Through parted lips, just sighing it away. Twice more to your breath. When you've had those 3, just allowing everything to calm and settle. Just notice any difference in the body. Is the breath a little longer? And then from here, let's just inhale, just giving these knees a nice hug in towards the chest. Whether you hug around the thighs or over the knees. Squeezing the knees gently in, and then perhaps rocking from side to side. Just massaging the lower spine. And as you roll each way, maybe the head rolls the opposite way. Lovely. And then just come back to center and stillness. Just checking that those shoulders are nice and dropped. And if you wish, on an inhale, let's just lift the head up towards the knees. Hold this just for a breath or 2. And then in your time, exhaling the head down. And we'll just set these soles of the feet on the mat. With the heels quite close into the hips. Palms face down. As we work with pelvic tilting. As we inhale, just peeling the hips up, just ever so slightly. We exhale, they lower back down. As we repeat with each breath, So as those hips lift up, that small curve of the spine flattens on the mat. As we exhale down, as that curve returns. And then, if you wish to extend, we can inhale up into bridge as we power through the legs. That chin tucked in, hips up high. As we exhale, peeling the spine back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Twice more. As we inhale, peeling everything up. And exhale, lowering back down. So the last thing that's down is the hips. Final one. When you lower down, just hugging each knee individually, out and up to the sides of the chest. We open into the hips and counter stretching where we've worked. It's feeling the release with each breath. And then, as we inhale, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. They fall down onto the mat, sending these elbows out at shoulder height. And those palms facing back and up. And just holding it here. Shut these emails down. Just allowing the hips to release. And just easing everything out. Lovely. And then inhale, keeping the shoulders where they are, on the elbows. These knees up to center. We're just going to take a gentle twist. So as we exhale, allowing the knees to fall to any side, perhaps looking over the opposite shoulder. As you inhale, breathing into this open lung. You release into the twist. Another side. As we inhale back to center. And exhaling, cross to the other side. And only looking over if it's comfortable for you. And we inhale, these knees back up to center. And then with these hands, let's just reach them out behind us. It doesn't matter if the palms are together or apart. Just having a nice stretch, much or as little as you need. And then, as we inhale, hugging around the thighs, as we get ready to rock ourselves up to sit. Or maybe you roll over to one side first. Building momentum, massaging the spine. When you have it, coming to your seated position. As we find the spine long and light. Sitting on any blocks or pillows if you like. These shoulders dropped. You just lift up out of these hips. And we'll just work around the neck. As we exhale, looking up. As we inhale it back to center. exhale as we look down. As we inhale to center. Now a little bit different. Exhale as we twist over any side. Not holding. As we inhale back. Exhaling to the other side. Center in your breath. And one more round. Exhale as we stretch. Every inhale to center. As we look down. And twist. And back to center. And then we'll work into the sides. A bit different than normal. So with one arm, as we inhale, reaching it up. Quick stretch here. As we bend the elbow, taking a hold of the head. And exhale. Just allowing this elbow to fall out. Now the elbow acts as a weight on this side of the neck, so you can loosen the grip if you need. With the inhale, almost breathing in taller. Feeling the release on the exhale. And the next inhale. Head to center, arm down. And we repeat the other side. Inhaling the other arm up. It reaches up. So we take a hold of the head. And exhale, bending into the side. Maintaining this length in the spine. As we release in. So we inhale, head to center. Arms down. And then doing what feels right for you. Whether that's rolling the neck around. Just being sure to go both ways. As we come back, just give these shoulders a little shake. Just loosening them off. And then let's just warm them up a little. So, as we inhale, we're going to bring these palms onto the shoulders. As we bring these elbows up to shoulder height. Now just be cautious, I know you said this area was a little sore. So we're just going to start by making circles. Small to begin with. And then you can gradually make them bigger. So it may come to the stage where you're reaching these elbows forward and back as we squeeze the shoulder blades together and up. Just fully working all the way around. And then slowing this down as we get ready to go the other way. So with these elbows back out, small circles to begin with in the opposite direction. As these gradually get bigger. As we go back, squeezing the shoulder blades. Big inhale, forward and up. And in your time, slowing that down. When we're back, allowing the arms to drop. You might just need a little shake off. We'll move into the spine. So still in our seated position. Just going to work with seated cat. So with the spine nice and tall, and the palms either on the knees or thighs. As we inhale, as we curl from the base, working our way up, looking up. And on the exhale, as we uncurl from the base, working up, as we look down, breath by breath, inhaling up, this chest nice and expanded. As we exhale, curling down, and feeling each vertebrae. Now, one more to each side. As we come back to our lengthened position. Now with the inhale, it's almost breathing in this spine taller, making space between the vertebrae. And then we work our way through to all fours. Whether it's rolling on the knee over the knees, or any other way that you need. With the palms under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And it's the same move that we've just done. But obviously we're on all fours. So in cat, inhale as we curl from that base looking up. As we exhale, curling to look down or through the legs. Just observing this movement. It's much freer than the seated version. When we've worked evenly, coming back to our flat back, just to sink it all back into our child's pose. Adjusting whether that's widening the knees or having the hips higher. Just sinking the chest and head through to the mat. As we tune into the breath. Observing where we've worked. And just feeling the release. With the breath now, just drawing the attention to the lower back. With the inhale, feeling the length. And the release on the exhale. And as we usually do, let's just inhale as we lift the palms onto the fingertips. It's moving that stretch a little further up. Lowering at any point that you wish. And as we inhale, peeling ourselves back up to our all fours. Oh. And then, I'm just going to work around these hips a little. So you probably want to make sure we've got a leg going out to the side and then a bit of space behind you as well. But as we make a start, we're just going to inhale first, one leg out, tucking those toes under. Now, just allowing that back heel to just press back. Just getting that stretch through the back of this leg. Then let's challenge the core a little. Can we inhale, lifting the heel up in line with the hips? If you want, just give that ankle a rotate. And then exhale. Let's just lower those toes back down. As we inhale, can we send this leg out in line with the hips? The toes just trailing along. Now if the leg doesn't come out to the hips, don't force it all the way out. And our next exhale. Did we get cramp?
Yes.
That's fine. So you can just ease it off at any time. So it's going to be a dynamic move. So exhale. These toes are going back, but they're going to go beyond the bent knee. You can have a look at them if you wish. So we inhale, back out. Doesn't need to be all the way in line with the hips. Exhaling back around, just working around the hip. One more. So we inhale out. And exhale around. So we inhale the leg back behind us. Bending that leg down. So we get ready for the other side. Now, if this is too much on the wrist, remember you can always come onto these fists. Same again. So we inhale, tucking the toes in. Just allowing that heel to just drift back, stretching that leg. So we inhale, circling it around, maybe in line with the hips. Then exhale. It goes back beyond that back foot. Take a peek at it if you wish. And we inhale. Back out. Twice more. Exhaling around, working this hip joint on this side. So we inhale. Final one. Oh yeah, so yeah, out to the side. And then back. I've lost count. I don't know where we're at. But send the toes back. And the knee in. And then let's just loosen these palms off a little. In a bit of a different way. Exhale onto these elbows. Just having a subtle bend in the back. Knees are still in line with the hips. With the inhale, almost lengthening the spine. Now, if you want to extend, you can stay here. Or reach those arms forward a little. It's almost like dog. The chest and head sinking through. Doesn't matter if the chin touches the mat. You can let it if it wants. And then, our next exhale, we can just walk ourselves back into child. Adjusting so it's comfortable for you. Allowing that spine to release. And then we inhale, back up, 2 or all 4s. Ready to come into a lunge. So we're going to come the same way, well, not quite, but with one leg. Can we inhale that out, toes facing down, and then bending the knee. As we exhale, can we slowly scoop it through, somewhere out in front. Oh, that's it. So the knees coming out. So you worked your core a bit extra there, so good for you. So, in our high lunge, let's sink this weight forward. Now, whether that's walking the back knee back or the front foot forward, just checking that we've got this ankle and knee in alignment. And perhaps adjusting. So most of the weight should be on the foot. The fingertips can be there for balance. Maybe it's the palms. We're almost lifting up into this chest. So we're working this front thigh and the back. Releasing into the hips. And it's optional. If you want, you can tuck the feet in. You straighten the back leg, or maybe the knee stays on the mat. Lovely. With each breath as we release. And then we'll take a gentle twist. So the opposite palm of the front foot. We're going to inhale, opening up over the front leg. You can lift the arm up into the air if you wish. Maybe looking up. Holding just for a breath. And then exhaling. Back down. Now as we come out of the lunge, it's going to stretch into this leg. So you're just walking the palms back. And you might wiggle this front foot forward. It doesn't need to be straight. There can be as much a bend in the knee if you wish. And then maybe we can flick these front toes up. You feel that quite strongly across the back of the leg. Just releasing in with each breath. And then you can bring this foot back as we come back to our all fours. Ready for the other side. So, with the other foot, then we inhale the leg up. Just notice this gentle bend on the spine. Can we send the knee up, or the foot up in the air even? Maybe slowly exhale as this knee comes down and through into our lunge. That's it. When you're ready, shifting that weight forward. Whether it's walking the back knee back, but just checking this ankle and knee. With each breath, it's almost breathing taller in the chest. And as you do this, you might just feel it a little more in the hip area. Releasing in with each breath. And as before, if you want, you can tuck the back toes under and lengthen the leg, or keep the knee on the floor. And then in time, we open up into the sides, so the opposite palm of the front foot on the mat as we inhale. Opening over the leg. Maybe reaching, I'm looking up. Only for a breath. So we exhale back down. Ready to work the front of this leg. As we inhale, we can walk the palms and hips back. This leg will straighten a little. Maybe giving it a wiggle. And if you're feeling ready, inhale, lifting the toes up. That just activates the back of this leg. Just using the exhale to release. Lovely. this leg back. Sinking back. Now, before we move, just give these hips a nice wiggle off. So it's almost making a figure of 8. You can really work into the lower spine. You can circle and rotate as well. Lovely. And then from here, we're going to come to lie on our fronts. But we're going to come down via elbow plank. So in your time, you can lower down onto these elbows. And then slowly, can we walk these elbows forward? Just as much or as little as you need. Just working this core. Holding this for a breath or two. And then let's just sink it all down. So we're still on the elbows, that's it. Just checking these elbows are under the shoulders. Palms face down on the mat. And just have the gaze not quite looking forward, just a little bit down. As we hold this again, lengthening that spine on the inhale. And with these planted palms, without moving them, can we just inhale, almost pulling the palms towards us? You might just feel that stretch in the mid-back. You can exhale and release. And repeat again if you wish. When you exhale and release, let's just sink everything down onto the mat. Just bringing the head onto the mat, perhaps resting one cheek on it, with these palms roughly in line with the chest. Just feeling the body settle onto the mat. And then we'll work in Cobra. So with these palms in line with the chest. Now we've been on the palms a lot, so maybe you want to be on the fingertips. So we inhale, powering through the arms as we lift up. This is a lot harder in the fingertips, maybe on the palms. Not holding. Just exhale down. Twice more. We inhale and lift. Shoulders dropped as we're up. As we exhale down, tensing the buttocks as you do. Lowering vertebrae by vertebrae. Final one. And exhale down. You can rest the opposite cheek on the mat. For a brief rest. As we inhale, just going to scoop everything back into child, almost via our all fours. And then say, that's it, all back, and as you move, you just feel that wonderful stretch creeping across the spine. Just allowing everything to loosen and lengthen here. And then in time, we'll lift ourselves up into dog. We can reach the palms out in front. So we inhale up via our all fours. To tuck the toes under. And then big inhale. So you power through the legs. Lifting the hips up to the sky. Excellent. Allowing that chest and head to sink through. Maybe take a quick walk from foot to foot. And then in time, you can inhale as we step the feet towards the hands. And the hands to the feet, just in our forward fold. That's fine. Ooh. Here we go. That's it, you've got a bend in those knees. It's feeling the release in the lower spine. Make it comfortable for you, whether the arms hang or you're holding the elbows. Then as we inhale, slowly lifting up, peeling the spine up to our standing position with those feet nice and planted. Just finding that length. Nice and tall. Let's just settle ourselves here. Just inhale, slowly reaching up. The palms come together. As we exhale everything down to heart center. Twice more with your breath. The movement as slow as your breath. And exhaling down. And then one more. Just hear the sounds of each breath. Just allowing it to calm and still. That's better. And with everything back, just allow the arms to come by the side. And I think we need to loosen these wrists off. We've been on them for a while. That's it. Shoulders, shake, whatever you need. Let's just really get into these wrists. So we're going to inhale, palms to heart center. So we interlock the fingers, lifting them up, just kind of level with the eyes. And then with one hand only, you're just going to begin to rotate. And the other hand will follow. It doesn't matter if you're going slow or fast. And just go the other way as well. And then, as we come back to stillness, these interlocked fingers, you're just going to move them along one. So the fingers are interlocked the wrong way. That's it. And then with the other hand doing the work now, I'm just going to repeat this side. So with the other hand moving, and the other one following, rotating around. And then going the other way as well. That's it. And then as we slow that down, just going to separate the hands and then flick our way down to our sides. So first, start up tall. Just flick your way down, these wrists just nice and loose. And then when we're down, the arms a little shuggle as well. And back to our standing. So you find the length. Then we get ready to work into our balance. So moving the attention down to the feet now. So to begin, you can inhale as we lift the toes. Bringing the spine up longer. As we exhale, can we lower the toes? and lift the heels. Inhale, heels down, toes up. As we exhale, toes down, heels up. Just repeating to your breath. And that natural progression between each of the moves. When you next lower down, and just staying there. We'll work our way into our tree. So you can take the decision if you want to have a wall close by. Lovely. Do you have a belt handy or something to hold on to? What works really well is a dressing gown belt. If you don't have one handy, don't worry about it too much. It was just an idea. Oh, excellent. Lovely. So, with the belt, just pop it around 1 foot at the moment. And you're just taking a nice loose hold, holding on to it with the same arm, or same side even. Now, a little bit different tonight. So as we inhale, can we just lift this leg up in front? Now you can still hold this wall if you like. So the leg is out in front. Now you can apply a little bit of pressure on the hand. That can be doing a lot of the work. Nice and tall in the chest. And then, on a next inhale, can we send this leg out in front? Again, it can be as high or as little as low as you like. And then, can we open the leg out to the side? Now you can adjust your grip to wherever works for you. Maybe you need that knee bent. Excellent. And then, we're going to move into our tree. But again, a little bit different seeing as we're using the bells. So, we can take hold of it with the other arm. You might be able to tuck the heel just kind of on the opposite thigh. If it's down much lower, that's fine. So wherever yours is, if you hold the foot, maybe, just holding it down. Lovely. And then we don't have any hands to go up and hold heart center. So, nice and tall. Rooting down through that standing foot. Just tuning into the breath as you feel it travelling up from the foot. And then rooting all the way back down. And then in your time, just exhale. Plant this foot back down to get ready for the other side. So you can adjust the hold on the bell to the other foot. Make sure you're standing nice and tall before we move. And then we inhale, just knee up in front. And you can use the weight of the arm. It can be doing most of the work if you like. Or maybe the leg is holding itself. Finding the length in the spine. Oh, and then can we inhale the foot in front? Whether it's up tall or not. Then in time, we can swing it out to the side. Maintaining this length in the chest. And then we can bring the foot in. So slowly, changing the hold of the belt to the other hand. Maybe the heel is up tall, or maybe it's down a lot looser. Wherever it is for you. As we find this length again, these shoulders dropping. As we tune into that breath, rooting down through the standing foot. And then gently exhale as we unravel back down. You can have a quick walk off. And then we'll work our way down to the floor. To probably around about mid-mat. As we inhale tall, as we exhale, curling down. As we tuck the chin, round the shoulders, and a bend in the knees. Slowly lowering down. It's allowing time and gravity to draw us down. And our forward fold. It's feeling that release of the lower spine. And then, when you're ready, we can step it through to dog if you wish, or lowering to all fours any other way. But if you're coming to dog, planting the palms, stepping the feet back, and only holding for a brief few seconds. As we exhale, down via all fours, and back into child. That chest and head just lower to the mat. Observing where we've worked in the body. Tuning into our breaths. It's finding that calm and stillness within. As we inhale, lifting briefly back up to all fours. And working in cat, as we did before. As we inhale, looking up. And exhale, curling as we look down to the mat or through the legs. Just observing the difference in this move now. And as we've worked evenly, coming back to our flat back position to get ready to lie down, so we can cross the ankles, as we roll over to sit, and scooting to the front of the mat. With these knees nice and loosely bent. As we inhale, spine lengthened, arms up. Peeling ourselves down on the exhale. So the last thing down is the shoulders and then the head. And when you're down, Just hugging the knees in towards the chest. You may have a rock if you wish. You roll from side to side, massaging that lower spine out. And perhaps the head rolling the opposite direction. And then, these knees back to center. So we keep these knees where they are. Inhaling the arms out to shoulder height. We exhale. As these knees go over to any side. Maybe looking over the opposite shoulder. As we hold this move here. Breathing in a little taller with each inhale. To release into the twist a little more in the exhale. Now the other side. We inhale back to center. And exhaling over. Do you find the length on this side? Releasing into the twist. As we inhale, back to center. You lift these arms and legs up into the air. The chin tucked in. You can give the wrists and ankles a rotate around if you like. Just easing everything off. And then, as we inhale, sending the legs, arms through the legs, taking a hold of the outer edges of the feet. As we draw these knees out and down, that's it. You can have a gentle rock around if you wish. Or maybe you enjoy the stillness. And then in time, in your exhale, you can come to lie down in your comfortable relaxation position. Whatever that may be. It's a place where you'll be comfy for a few moments. As we lower down, tuning into our breaths here. It's feeling supported by the mat. So we allow everything to release. Tuning into our natural rhythm. And just hearing the sounds of each inhale and exhale. And just draw this around the body. As we inhale, filling the head. As we fill it with energy and light. As we exhale, releasing any tension here. We move it into the neck. As we breathe in, filling the shoulder blades and collarbone. As we move the breath now down through the arms, all the way to the fingertips. Now, the chest. As we move it down to the tummy and lower back. Into the hips and pelvic floor. And now down through the legs. All the way to the tips of the toes. The whole body. And in time, coming back to this moment, you can begin to wiggle the toes and fingers to make small movements. If you like, hugging the knees in towards the chest, whether in stillness or rocking. And in time, you roll over to any side for a brief moment of pause, blinking open the eyes here, and then lifting yourself up to your comfortable seated position, finding the spine long and light, settling in here. As we inhale, reaching the arms up, those palms come together. We exhale everything back to heart center, bowing our heads. Namaste.
Namaste.